I am on the threshold and the gateway to the Isle of Skye. As I cross the bridge, it's about 9 p.m. the 29th of May and the sun is setting. It's dark on the earth, but the mountains still catch the sun and the mist. It's about 30 more miles to Portree, where I will stay. I'm making my way to my brother John's house. Here he is. Not seen him for many years. And this is me. And here is the house he lives in just outside Portree, but now we're on the way up the mountain to Kerreng, along the narrow roads where we might pull in to let a car going past us. And we pass Uig Bay, and we look down from the mountains. We will loop round on shortly at the ferry point, and here is Kerreng, and we slowly make our way up the path. As we do, we glance off to the right. Here is John fixing his camera, ready to take snaps of the birds, and here he is walking up. His camera ready. He sees things that I don't see, where birds flutter, so he checks it with his binoculars, and when he's happy he takes his camera out, and this is where eagles might easily be found. I have no eye for it, but John has a great eye. He's a talented bird watcher. And we look across from where we are at Clates. And the cliffs where, if you look closely, you can see how the different lava built up in layers. Again, we look across as we walk up, and we might find some unusual coloured stones outlining the geology of the Isle of Skye, where the lava flow came on top of the sandstone. Now we move up towards the ridge, and this is the needle. As we get nearer, we can see how it's shaped. Here is a close-up of it with a little face on. Next we move up near the needle to the prison, and as you get nearer you can see the two prison towers and the compound inside. It's only a structure, of course, and here's John at the ready with a great drop behind him. People walking, many people are out on this sunny day. We pass many, we cross over little rivulets and walk along this narrow path. And now we're moving away from that place, and we're going to Staffin, and the car loops around to get to the downland. We might glance up at where we've been, but soon we'll be coming to a beach with the sand of a grey sand, volcanic sand. Here is Staffin, and here is the open sea, the children playing. John is looking across the water, picking birds up in the water. There could even be a sea eagle. It's not unknown to find them here, or a castle made out of the grey sand. And on we go then to the Old Man of Stow. The road is much wider now as it moves towards Portree, one of the main roads of the island. Here is the Old Man of Stow, high on the hill, sometimes enshrouded in mist, sometimes dramatic at nightfall. It's the next day now, and we're on our way to Benonscour, which is a lonely headland of forest and chopped down forest and very steep cliffs where we'll walk. The next day we're in totally different environment as we go to Crecallan, which is just above the Loch of Portree. It's green now when you walk through the forest land and the bluebells up towards the high plateau looking over Loch Portree. John stops on the way to take pictures. This time he will find a picture of a stone chat before we descend to the road and to the loch. We look down on the loch as it twists and winds its way into the bay. And here we are now back at John's. We look at the front of his house. And then at the back of the house, as the road winds to Portree, going one way and then further up into the Isle of Skye the other way. Would you please, chap?
We've been to the Kerrang and the Old Manor Store, and the next day we went to Ben and Skye, which is sort of very steep cliffs. And Todd is now forcing me to make this sort of speech, which I don't really want to make, but I don't mind, I suppose.
What have we been drinking tonight, John? Can you give me a rundown on it, please?
Oh, just cider and wine, basically, and a little bit of whiskey.
Is it Irish whiskey?
No, it's not actually. It's Cork whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think we can call this interview to a close.
It's the 1st of June, 2013.
You look a bit like Bernard.
Okay. I'm here on the Isle of Skye with John, my brother, who I haven't seen for 5, 6, 7 years. We might have met on Skype. So this is very brief, just to thank him and to wish him well and thank him for the vegan meals. And we've had a bit of cider and a bit of wine, so we're quite happy. Tomorrow I get the bus from Portree to Glasgow, and then the plane tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, to Cork. So just want again to thank him for his hospitality and his kindness and for our discussions. We're quite old now, well, not old, but we're youngish old, and I'm not going to talk anymore. So thank you very much, John, and I hope to say a few more words about this wonderful, wonderful island of Skye. We've not forgotten how the Isle of Skye can be very, very dark and windy and blustery. But for our last night we just look at the dying sky and the whispers of clouds in the sky as we think of the return journey to the mainland. Here we are again at the entrance, at the threshold of Skye, to say goodbye and pass over the bridge and return home.